Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'd like to share with everyone about my recent trip to the sacred pyramids, about the sensations that I had there, the reason that I went, the many different aspects of Egypt known to today as one of the most sacred and ancient civilizations known to man, the things that I've discovered, and of course, I was there with part of my family, so the fun we had as well. Now, the reason that I went to Egypt is because ever since I was a little kid, I found it fascinating. The idea of the pyramids themselves, the idea that even today's engineers don't really understand how they came to be. Obviously, the first thing that comes to mind is aliens or other type of ancient technology that does not exist today and is not accessible to us today. And that's one of the things that I found very intriguing as a young child. The first reason why I went to Egypt is found in the book of Ra, the Law of One Material. And this book, fascinating book, changed my life. Is about a channeling that occurred, I think 30 years ago or something like that. And one of the many subjects that the entities there explain about is the role of the pyramids and why they were created. The second reason can be found in the book Initiation by Elizabeth Reich. Elizabeth Reich became one of the founders of yoga in Europe, and she remembers all her previous lifetimes. And in one of them, she was a priestess in the pyramids. And she goes on to explain how they work, what they were, who created them. Super interesting stuff, ancient civilization stuff. And I wanted to feel it for myself. So when we went inside the big pyramid of Giza,
It is. We're walking inside the Great Pyramid.
we are actually climbing the Great Pyramid. The emotions, the energies, the feelings there were so intense. Now, in the book of Ra, they said that they created the pyramids using zero gravity in order to create a place for initiations, healing. And in the book Initiation, she was talking about having a different species of human beings, ones with a little bit more of elongated head. And these species were connecting to animals telepathically. They were like the kings, the pharaohs. They were a little bit out of earth, but mixed with the people of earth. And they used the pyramids for initiations. Students used to go into the pyramids for 3 days of meditation. And it's cool, interesting stuff. They had visions there, they had awakenings there. They were connecting to the higher self there. And it was like the sacred temples for them back in the day. Not what most people think of today, that the pyramids are actually just the king's burial ground, which is not. It's definitely not. Not from what I've seen. It will be a waste of resources if it is. So when we went into the king's chamber, the feelings there, we meditated there for a few minutes. You're only allowed to stay there for a few minutes. Now, I don't know if the energy there is because of the pyramid itself or because of the intention of all the people that come in there to find something that is sacred and wonderful and amazing. But the sensation either way was astonishing. We really enjoyed it. I was there with my stepfather and my half-sister and my sister and her kid. And it was an amazing travel. I can also tell you that Egypt is not doing good. I have been to more than 50 countries in my life, third world countries. A few years ago, there was a disaster. It's sort of like a coup that happened there. All the tourists ran away. You see these huge boats. Nobody's coming there anymore. Like, it's very few people come there. Only for the people come there only for the pyramids. They come there for the Nile, which is what we did. A few days on the Nile. Crazy trip, beautiful. The people are very kind and loving. My conclusions from the trip are, first, Everybody has to go see the pyramids, okay? This is one of the sacred sites. You don't know how long it's been here, but it's definitely out of this planet. Definitely. There's no Israeli slaves that built it, like it's described in the Jewish religion. Definitely not. It's impossible. They're too big. It's impossible to carry these huge rocks with laser precisions in some cases. So it's definitely the work of something that is beyond and more powerful and intelligent. I don't know if it was created as a gift for humanity or as a gift for the local rulers back in the day, but it was definitely there to be remembered. They wanted it there so people will ask themselves, why was this put here and who created it? And when we ask ourselves, we open ourselves up to the different possibilities. Now, we don't need to get the answer. We just need to ask the question. And when we ask the question, our intuition brings us the answer in one way or another, even if it's just to open our mind to different possibilities. In addition to the pyramids, of course, there's many other things that we can see in Egypt, and a lot of old monuments. The funny thing about this whole thing is that every guide that we took, a local guide, will always describe it like it's their culture. Well, there's been so many changes throughout the history, so many people moving. I say that the ancient Egyptians had nothing to do with the Egyptians that exist today. I think it's a totally different culture. It's a totally different mindset, because it seems that they were highly intuitive, highly inventive, if you want to call it that way, very, very spiritual, very smart, very intelligent. I'm not saying that the Egyptians today are less, but it seems like it's a very different type of mentality from what we've seen. All in all, I just wanted to say I had a very, very good time, and I recommend everyone go there for at least 1 week in your life, if it's just to be under the pyramid and take a few pictures and remember it for the rest of your life. Namaste, my friends.